What's up, everybody? You're tuned in to the Cris
And more.
podcast, episode 247, Takeover Wednesdays. Hope everybody's having a good night, whatever you're doing. You're at home, you're at work. We appreciate y'all tapping into the live stream. Yeah, if you're listening on the playback, we appreciate you too. Leave a comment in the comment section. Got a few things to get into, some NBA stuff. Gonna get Maul's opinion on the underdog top 14 NBA mock draft. Talk about Tyson Fury. Maul's random news, of course. Also gonna get my opinion on the WrestleMania 42. Get Maul's opinion on the WrestleMania 42 full card review that was put out yesterday or Monday. Oh no, yesterday. And yeah, man, and that's pretty much it. But Maul, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good, feeling good. Got a lot of energy, ready to go. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good too. Can't complain at all. Ready to get into these topics, bro.
Let's do it, my boy.
Uh, before we get into everything, just want to give a shout out to Michigan for winning the NCAA championship. They
Mm-hmm.
dominated and did their thing. So shout out to them, man, for pulling it through, man. I think they haven't won since what Glenn Rice and them won the chip back in the day. Um,
Yeah, it's been a
um,
minute.
but shout out to Michigan, man. They had a good squad. They were one of the top teams in the nation, and so it's really no surprise that they got here. You know, they put together a nice little run in the tournament, and pulled out some close games, but also dominated a lot of games too. So shout out to
Mhm.
Michigan,
Nah, for real. Yeah, great performance on both teams. I thought UConn, they kind of
man.
started off slow, but they kind of like lugged it around a little bit. Kept it entertaining. And if a couple bounces went their way, you know what I mean, it could be a different story. But what I mean, like Michigan was the best team all tournament long. So congrats to them, well deserved. And good luck to Lindenborg. I think he announced going into the draft on his IG earlier today. So good luck to him. Very excited to see what he's able to do with the NBA. So congrats to everybody that's part of the Michigan Wolverines basketball team.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, man. You got the NBA news?
Yeah, man. Honestly, man, this is the last weekend, man, before we get into playoffs, man. So um we'll get it. We go going. We got some good news today. Cade Cunningham, man, he returned for the Detroit Pistons against the Bucks. Um he was able to get let's look at the box score real quick. Cade had he only had 13 points, but he had also 10 assists, 5 rebounds. Detroit, they solidified the number one seed um a couple of days ago. But overall, man, what's your kind of anticipation, man, with Cade coming back? Obviously, the Boston Celtics, they've been the betting favorites to come out of the East. Who do you have currently as your favorite coming out of the East with Cade back?
Uh, I still got Boston at the top right now. Just how with Jason Tatum was playing and the way Jalen Brown was already playing, and that team is playing. I still got Boston edging it, but if K can get back to what he was doing, then they're right there neck and neck with the Boston Celtics to me out of the
Mhm.
East. And see what the Knicks can do. They string some stuff together, but right now I got Boston at top, and Detroit has a chance with K coming back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sleep too much on the Knicks too. Like we got to remember, like I think there's certain things with the Knicks that like they have everything that can be for them to win the championship. I think with the Boston Celtics, I'm excited to see Jason Tatum back. Jalen Brown has been playing out of his mind, but we also got to remember that I personally think the team that they had last year was better with Drew Holiday, obviously with Kristaps Porzingis and stuff like that. Um, and then with the Knicks, you still got Jalen Brunson, who is a closer, who is an A1 guy. You still got Mikal Bridges, you still got OG and number, you still got Cat Williams, Carl Anthony Towns, excuse me. And obviously, this is a big thing for Mike Brown. But we'll see. I will kind of go with I will probably have Detroit 1. I'll have Celtics 2A and then the Knicks 2B. Um, But I think it's going to be exciting, man. Hawks been playing good. Even the Cavs have been playing really good. So super excited to see what's up. Next up, man, we have been getting news about Giannis Antetokounmpo. Obviously, we all know what's been going on with him. More news came out where, he did file kind of like a petition against the Milwaukee Bucks because they did not want him to play, and he wanted to come back. And then obviously there was more news into his Nike contract where if he would have played a certain amount of games, he would have got a hefty lump sum of money that he potentially could have got. And then obviously it's led to a fracture within the team. There's fracture between Doc Rivers and the squad with some of the meetings that they had. It seems like obviously, this has kind of been the inevitable. I know me and Chris are kind of tired of talking about Giannis, but it's still in the news. But overall, man, what's kind of your whole sense with everything with Giannis and us leading into him most likely being traded in the summertime?
Let's get this shit over with, man. I'm tired of this nigga, man. I'm tired of this dude, man. I like Giannis, I really do, but
yeah,
I'm sick of him. He just go to another team, man. So we can be all done with this whole Milwaukee thing. It sucks that you wanted to play, you wanted to get your extra money, your extra money on, but unfortunately that didn't happen, sir. We'll see where that goes as far as your petition, but just let's go to another team, man.
Yeah, man, that's about it, man.
He wouldn't be in this mess if he had just stood on business and demanded a trade.
You're not wrong. You're 100% correct. I think both parties kind of played their hand wrong. I think at the end of the day, I think when Giannis Antetokounmpo came to the Milwaukee Bucks last year with his agent and clearly stated that they thought it was time for them to depart ways, you could have got a better cash cow for Giannis Antetokounmpo, especially with him wanting to go to the New York Knicks. I think the Knicks probably would have went all in if they felt like you were really serious about the whole situation. But with everything with it being procrastinated, there were reports that before the trade deadline, they were really close to accepting the Miami Heat trade, which I think would have consumed multiple first-round picks with pick swaps with Tyler Hero and Khalil Ware, and then maybe another player, something like that. I guess that was what really intrigued them. But with this whole situation with Giannis Antetokounmpo coming off of multiple calf injuries and stuff like that, we all know how fearful of that, with Achilles being the more predominant injury that's been, kind of like killing the league a little bit. With that, and then one less year on his contract, he's going to have more say and more ability to control where he wants to go. I just think that, you're going to have teams that are willing to throw in some great pieces to be able to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. But if Giannis is going to narrow his window to one or two teams, then it's going to be kind of like a market where it kind of gets dried up and you're not going to get the same value that you could have gotten if you were to trade him last year or before the trade deadline. So I think currently Adrian Griffin needs an apology because, we all got to remember that instance where he had the Milwaukee Bucks in the number one seed. I think they were like 30-12 at the time or something like that. And then they proceeded to fire him. Reports were that came from, top, owners and all that. And then they ended up hiring Doc Rivers. And me and you both have look, we both think Doc Rivers is a good coach, but he does leave a lot to be desired. The Celtics are still holding on to that 2008 championship with those guys. And it's just like he's had multiple great teams that he's not been able to get over the hump. And it's just been kind of showing. And you kind of see what kind of the play on the court. They made terrible decisions with the Damian Lillard, with them releasing him and doing what they had to do with the contract and eating over $100 million of it. Them going out and signing Miles Turner to another $100 million, which ended up with total with both of those moves was over $200 million. When we all know Miles Turner is not a $100 million player. We all know the main reason why the Pacers were going off was because of Pascal Siakam and Tyrese Halliburton. Those were the main cogs, not Miles Turner. So I just think they made irrational decisions for them to be in this predicament where they have no draft capital. So they trying to recoup that, and now you're in a situation where you may not get what you could fulfill get with Giannis Antetokounmpo. You should be able to get 3, 4 first-round picks and pick swaps and multiple, mid to top tier talent for Giannis Antetokounmpo for his services. But I don't think they're going to get that, me personally, in this market if he's able to control and dictate where he wants to go. Now, if he's open to multiple markets, then yeah, we might have a different story. But if he's just going to be like, I either want the Knicks or I want the Celtics or I just want the Lakers or whatever the case may be, then I just think it's going to be a different story. But overall, man, that's it, man. As I said, this is the quiet before the storm. Last couple of days before we get into playoffs and the play-ins and stuff like that. So I'm super excited. So we'll have more on it, and we'll have a lot more about the NBA coming on Monday. So I'm super excited, man. We're getting close. Even though my Lakers seem like, I'm still depressed about that whole situation, but I am excited about the NBA playoffs as a whole, man. It's a lot of great teams, and I'm super excited to see the competition levels, and then hopefully everybody stays healthy.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's talk a little Tyson Fury, man. The fight is this weekend. He's facing, what's the man's name? Markudov. I'm not dude's name. Look, man, we expect Tyson Fury to win this fight. I don't really know much about dude. I ain't never seen dude fight before. I think this is just one of them layup fights to keep him busy so he can get possibly Usyk in a, what would that be, their fourth fight?
Third, I think third or fourth. I don't know,
but
I don't know. It'll be multiple.
Maybe he's setting up to fight AJ. I don't know, but he's just setting up to get his next big fight against a big time fighter to get his next payday. Maybe this is going to be his, after this will be his last fight. Then he'll walk away from the game. You know what I'm saying? Because he only got so many fights left up in him. So I know the other fight is Conor Benn versus Regis Progress. I don't know who wins that fight personally. I don't know.
I'll say Conor Benn. I'll probably favorite him right now.
So yeah. So but the rest of this card, I don't know none of these people. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be honest with you.
I don't know, man. Like, do you even think that Tyson Fury is still a must-watch in boxing right now?
I mean, the fights be kind of interesting. I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, him and Usyk was a great fight. Their last fight was really good.
Yeah, but he ain't fight. I don't know. Like, I does he still give that like Tyson Fury had a moment where it's just like, all right, you got to kind of watch the Tyson Fury fight, no matter whether it's the shit talking.
I think it's the opponents that he fights. If he's fighting Cup like this dude right here,
yeah,
I'm not expecting nothing from this fight unless Tyson Fury is just on some bullshit and he get knocked the fuck out. Like,
which that is possible. He has been on bullshit before, so even in bullshit exhibition fights, you know what I'm saying? Like Francis Ngannou and shit.
Yeah, that fight, but I don't think he took the. We'll see if he takes this one serious. But I think he's going to take it serious because it's on Netflix, and I think he wants that Usyk fight. I think he feels like both of them, even though we see it differently. I feel like he lost the last two fights definitively.
Yeah.
But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe, like I said, maybe he's setting up for AJ. Just please don't set up another Wilder fight. I don't want to see him with Wilder.
Yeah. Yeah, we are going to be showing the Fury fight at work, just to let you know. So, I'll say this: does Tyson Fury still intrigue me as a boxer? He does to a degree. I agree with you. I think it all depends on who he's fighting. We all know the play that this is kind of like a tune-up fight. He hasn't fought in almost over a year now. He hasn't fought like a year and a half, something like that. So, yeah, we all know the play. I think we all know that he eventually wants to get that Usyk fight. Now, will he have to go through AJ or a situation like that, or is AJ going to fight Deontay Wilder? I don't know. We'll see what's up after Usyk does his kind of like exhibition fight with that kickboxer guy in front of the pyramids. But yeah, I'm still intrigued. I think at the end of the day, we with this fight, I'm gonna be very curious to see how he is condition wise. Does he still have his rhythm? Pace of the fight. Does he still have his power? Can he still be dominant like we're accustomed to seeing Tyson Fury minus Usyk fights and stuff like that? But so I am going to be kind of intrigued. as far as with that, and kind of see after the fight where his mindset is. Does he call out Usyk? Does he call out another fighter? Does he want another tune-up fight? Whatever that case may be. But I'll be intrigued. I'm gonna be watching it. I think Tyson Fury still has that kind of eye on the sport when he's there. I think he's earned that. He's been one of the great heavyweight champions that we've had in recent memory, and obviously hasn't been a lot of great heavyweight champions. It's not like it's been like in like 90s or early 2000s or anything like that, or the 80s. But we still got to give him props for what he was able to do. He did it in a dominant fashion. He went through some guys, and no matter how you feel about what he went with Usyk, I think he still has some eyes on the sport. So I will be curious to see how he looks.
Yeah, for sure. We shall see. What's your name fight this weekend?
Who?
Alicia Baumgartner.
Maybe. I know in about like 2 weeks, man. We got the Inoue fight and we got Benavidez. So that's the weekend I'm looking forward to. You know what I mean?
I don't worry about that.
I'm looking forward to it. Huh?
I ain't worried about no damn Inoue fight.
Oh, come on, man. We're trying to build up the sport, not kill it. Chill down. Come on, man. You never know. Nakatani might surprise, man.
He might surprise. Like, did you see how Nakatani looked?
Look, all I'm saying is, look, he could have got lackadaisical in that fight. He could have been overlooking it to get, because we all knew what was going to happen. So we all know he's going to be highly motivated. Now, could he still get embarrassed by anyway? It's probably a high probability, but at the end of the day, I think I'm gonna give Nakatani a chance, man. Like he's not a bad fighter. I think he's a really, really good fighter. Now, is he on the same level as Inoue? We're gonna find out. I think we're gonna get the best of Nakatani, and I'm very curious to see. Look, Inoue's been dropped before. We've seen him get dropped multiple times. Now, well, is this technically his best opponent he has gone up against in his career? It might possibly be. So I'm very curious to see how he responds to that, and go from there. I think I'm gonna be intrigued. I'm gonna watch it now. Am I happy about the start time? Probably fucking not. I don't know. It's in Japan, so it's got to be like in a situation.
I've told myself like I would never try. I would never try to watch a Inoue fight ever again.
After the Fulton fight, after that Fulton fight, I was tough. It was tough.
Fell asleep. I fell asleep.
I set my alarm for that shit just to watch Stephen Fulton get his ass whooped. I was like, dog, come on, man. I fell
asleep.
But I might try, depending on the time. Like if it's like a situation where they walk out at like 5:36 in the morning, I usually wake up around that time anyway to get ready to go to the gym. So I think I could wake up a little bit early to catch that fight. So we'll see.
And Alicia is next week.
Alicia's next week. Is that gonna be on ESPN? Friday. Is that the start of the ESPN stuff?
I think so.
Okay. Well, I'll be intrigued.
Friday.
You know what I'm saying?
Next Friday. So.
Yeah, we'll see what's up. I'll be intrigued.
All right, man. Let's I like that Boots and Xander Saez. They did their I like
that face off. I felt that. I like that. I love that energy and that shit. That gave me a little bit more hype for that fight, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing. That energy in New York City gonna be banging, bro. That shit gonna be banging, man. I think everybody gonna show up for that fight. Shakur gonna be in the building. TC gonna be in the building. Obviously Errol probably won't be in the building. Oh, he might, because is that after his fight? That might be after his fight. Is that after his fight?
Who, Errol Spence?
Yeah,
I think it's after. I think it's
okay. He might show up because that might be a little.
That fight's in July, right?
Yeah, the Boots fight is in July. I think Errol's is in June, right?
June.
Yeah, so like it could look, man. If Errol wanna,
it depends.
If Errol look great, man, he might go for Boots. I don't know, man.
Get in that ring and get to talking that trash.
Say fuck it. What he got to lose?
Yeah, true. I wouldn't be mad at it.
It'd be his biggest fight, right behind Terrence Crawford.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be mad at it.
I'm not mad.
Boo's been calling out Errol Spence since the 147 days. So,
hey, man. Honestly, man, I ain't gonna lie. Once we hit May, man, it's gonna be rocking with these boxing fights. There's a whole bunch of fights in May. Whole bunch. I saw the list. I was like, God damn, that's just May. Then June, July.
They just announced Raymond Ford versus Oshaki Foster. That's gonna
be okay. I like that. Fight. When is that one gonna be?
I want to say September.
Okay. So we starting to get the September slate. We still don't know Canelo's fight yet. I'm sure that's going to get announced soon. That has to get announced pretty soon here.
It might be.
What's we waiting for? We're waiting for Shakur. I think we're still waiting on Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. See if what's going to happen with that.
I think Ryan's already going to be
Tank.
fighting somebody.
I didn't hear any announcement. Maybe it was just kind of like a suggestion or something, or did they announce something?
Maybe. No, I thought that he was going to have a fight set up.
Yeah, we're still waiting on Tank to get announced. We expect it's going to be Pitbull. Who else we waiting for? Anthony Joshua. Waiting on Anthony Joshua. See what happens with him, if he's going to fight this year or if he's going to wait till next year. Be curious about that. Keyshawn Davis. Curious to see with him.
Oh, he fights Shaq Foster fights May 30th.
Who?
Shaq Foster.
Okay.
They fight in May.
Oh, in May? Oh, okay. So that's part of the heat, that big slate in May. Like May got a lot of heat. So yeah, man, we're gonna be talking a lot of boxing here in the next couple of weeks, man. So get ready for that if y'all like that. If not, oh well, too bad.
I think Richard, what's the name? Hitchens got a fight.
Richard Torres. I thought his fight got postponed.
No, I'm talking about Richardson.
Oh, Richardson.
Yeah, I think he got a fight coming up too. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what's up.
All right, man. We're gonna take a quick commercial break and we'll be right.
Introduce yourself to Magnet, the ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. It's power-packed electrolytes and rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link at drinkmagnet.com. Also, use promo code Cris and Mall to get $5 off your purchase. So don't wait. Again, that promo code is Cris and Mall to get $5 off your purchase. Get Magnet, push your limits, fuel your passion.
Shout out to Bandit Sports Drink. All right, Ma, I want to get your opinion. Underdog, they put out a mock draft of top 14 that they feel this is post-championship. So I'm going to pull this up. So they got Darren Peterson going to Washington. They got AJ DeBonze going to the Pacers. They got Cam Boozer going to Brooklyn. They got Caleb Wilson going to the Jazz. They got Darius Acuff going to the Kings. Keaton Wagler going to the Hawks. Kingston Flemings going to the Grizzlies. Michael Brown Jr. going to the Mavs. Ade Mares going to the Bulls. Braden Burries is going to Milwaukee. Yaxel Lindbergh going to the Golden State Warriors. Kareem Lopez is going to the Blazers. LeBron Fillon going to OKC. And Bennett Sturridge going to the Heat. How do you feel about this mock draft, sir?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a fan of Darren Peterson going one. Like, you know, we've been consistent in some of our feels about Darren Peterson. I would personally drop him and Cameron Boozer. There's some things about Cameron Boozer. I like Cameron Boozer, but there are certain things about him that I think he needs to work on. I really don't think he has much of a offensive game. I think he just kind of like bulldozes people. I don't think he has kind of like anything special on the offensive side. So I would low-key drop him. Me personally, I would probably have AJ DeBonce at number one. Now, I kind of get it with the Wizards. They do have some wing depth over there, so maybe Darren Peterson kind of fits a little bit better. But if that's the case, just get Darius Acuff Jr. He showed me a lot more than what Darian Peterson has shown me all year. Like, I think Darius Acuff has proven that he can be an legit scorer. inside, outside. He does it in all levels. We see that he can be one of those guys that can take the control of the game. So if you put him on the Washington Wizards, I actually really like that. And you pair him with Trae Young, you have him and Trae Young in the backcourt with Anthony Davis. I kind of like that. I understand the fit with Darian Peterson because you already have Trae Young, and then maybe Darius Acuff Jr. is kind of like repetitive in a sense. But in that case, you could try to trade Trae in that sense, you know what I mean? If you really like what he said, or just have him sit in the back and just kind of like, get him accustomed to, NBA life, you know what I mean? And pair him, it may work. But again, I would probably have AJ Dembance 1. If I had to rank it, I would do AJ Dembance 1. I would probably have Caleb Wilson 2, Darius Acuff 3, Keaton Wagler. I love Keaton Wagler. I'll probably have him 4. I'll probably have Cameron Boozer 5. Then I would probably do Mikael Brown Jr., then Kingston Flemings. I get Adamara. I like Adamara a lot. He was the tall center that they had at Michigan. I would probably have him after that. I like Brandon Burrs, but I'll probably have Yaxel ahead of Brandon. I get it. Yaxel's a little bit older player, but I like what Yaxel can bring. And then Labari Philin. I like Labari. Labari Philin go to the goddamn OKC. Oh my god, that's just annoying. So, but overall, man, yeah, I'm not mad at it, but I personally would have Darian Peterson and Cameron Boozer a little bit lower. Not too much, but a little bit lower. Still a great job. Still gonna be a great job.
Where would you put Darian Peterson at?
Fit wise, I understand the Wizards. I think that would be a great fit. I think he would fit with the Brooklyn Nets. Like they had what 4 or 5 first round picks or something last year, and all of them have been terrible players. So I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind he wouldn't drop this far, but if Darian Peterson were to go with the Warriors and you have that backcourt of him and Steph Curry, I would like that a lot. I would like the backcourt of him and what's my man's name from the Bulls? I would like that. You can have him be the replacement for Ja when he eventually gets traded. I like that as well. I think that's why they have Kingston Flemings there. But yeah, as far as like realistically, I would probably say either the Wizards or the Brooklyn Nets, honestly. For Darian Peterson. AJ Dembance going to the Pacers would be amazing for him. That would be nasty. You pair him with Pascal Siakam, with Tyrese. That's an athletic front court. They just need a real center. That would be the main thing. Well, no, actually not. They got Ivica Zubac. So like, yeah, you add AJ Dembance to that. You have AJ at your 3, Pascal at your 4, Ivica Zubac at your 5, then whoever at your 2 with Tyrese Halliburton. Oh yeah, Pacers gonna be nice. That's gonna be a nice ass squad, bro. If the Pacers able to get AJ at 2, oh my god, that's nasty.
Do you like Caleb Wilson going to the Jazz?
I like it. I do like it, but at the same time, to me, it's also kind of the same repetitive thing because you just traded for Jaren Jackson Jr. You already got Lauri Markkanen, and you got Walker Kessler Jr. I just don't know where he's gonna fit in that. You know what I mean? Like, are you gonna have Caleb Wilson play your 3 or your 2? Like, I just personally can't see that. So, I personally wouldn't want him at the Jazz. He would kind of fit with the Kings to give him some more athletic ability in that front court. But my God, the Kings is just such a terrible organization. Do I really want to see my man get put through that? I personally do not. I would like to see him with the Brooklyn Nets. I think that could be an interesting scenario with him going there. I would love for him if you pair him up with Jalen Johnson and you put him next to him with the Atlanta Hawks, I think that would be super nasty. The Grizzlies, I think that would definitely fit, especially with that whole situation with them trading Jaren Jackson Jr. You pair him up with Ivy. I think that would work too. Darius Acuff, again, you could put him with the. I understand the situation where if you want to put him with the Brooklyn Nets, I could see it with the Jazz, I could see it with the Kings, I could see it with the Hawks, Grizzlies, I could see all that. So I'm not mad at it. Again, it's just a couple flip-flops here. But if the Wizards were to decide to take Darian Peterson, he has all the talent in the world to be the best player in this draft. It's just I need to see more of a motor from him and more of a consistency thing with him. That's it. I'm excited for the draft, though. I'm excited for the draft.
For sure.
WNBA draft is on Monday. Excited about that, too. See where these ladies go.
Yeah, for sure. The free agency is already open. All the unrestricted free agents are available.
I don't know. I know we were kind of talking about maybe doing a WNBA.
But guess what?
What?
The Aces kept your girl.
Who
else?
Not. Please don't tell me they fucking kept goddamn Kyle Kuzma. Oh my god! What the man? She got some on Becky Hammond, dog. They ain't no way.
A restricted free agent.
Oh my god! What the?
Her fuck and what was the center chick they got traded to us? Nyla Smith. Was that her name?
Oh yeah. I like Nyla Smith.
They kept her too. But
are we gonna do a WNBA thing?
Yeah, on Monday we're gonna do it live on TikTok.
You want to do it live on for the WNBA draft?
We can do it on TikTok.
Yeah, all right, let's do it. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, you got that announcement here. We will be doing the WNBA live reaction to the draft on Monday. So
either that or we could just do it on here.
Yeah, either way, it don't matter to me.
Shit, I can do it both.
I do both. We'll figure it out, but it will do something for the WNBA.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man, it's time for our Bet US Surefire pick. What you got?
Got some big games tomorrow. NBA, Celtics versus Knicks. I'm gonna take the Celtics +4 over the Knicks. I do like what I've been seeing from the Celtics, even though I think the surprises they did win this game, but you know they have been struggling as of late. But I will take the Celtics just off the right there. I'm gonna take the Warriors -4.5. My Lakers are they're just disheveled at this point. Like they don't look like they want to play anymore.
They're gonna lose to the Warriors.
Well, Steph is back. Steph Curry is back. He's playing. They've looked a little bit better, and I just think they got a little bit more fire than what my Lakers do. So we'll see. I think LeBron is playing. He's playing tomorrow, so I'm still taking the Warriors. And then I'm gonna take the Rockets -3.5 against the 76ers. I think the Rockets have won 7, 8 in a row ever since we beat them back-to-back games. So I'm gonna take the Rockets, man. I'm liking what I've been seeing. Seemed like Kevin Durant, he got a little anger to him in this game. You know, we saw everything that happened between him and Dillon Brooks yesterday. So I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Get out of here.
So
you're talking shit and get your ankles broken.
Well, that's just Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks always gonna do that. But at this point, I think if it stays the way it is, we'll be playing the Rockets next weekend. So we'll see. Hopefully, Luka's European treatment works, man. This motherfucker come back, but I still would probably hold him out. But we shall see. We shall see. Maybe LeBron might surprise us, man. He might got one more in him in the tuck. Again, if he able to pull out that first round upset with us beating the Rockets without no Luka or AR, I will officially say LeBron James is the GOAT. I will say it.
No, I never say it's the GOAT.
I'll say it, man. I'll say it. This team is terrible.
I like the Celtics on the money line against the Knicks. Give me the +3.5 Sixers over the Rockets. And I'm having faith. I'm gonna take your Lakers +4.5 over the Golden State Warriors. If you go to any of our social media platforms, you'll see the Bet US link. Go ahead and click on that. It'll take you right to the website. Go ahead and sign up. First-time users only. You put your information in. Put the promo code JOIN125. You get 125% sign-up bonus plus 10% gamblers insurance. There's 3 risk-free bets on $100 up to $5,000. So that means on your first 3 deposits of $100, if you lose, you keep your money. So you can win some money or you can keep your money on your first 3 deposits. Go over there, sign up. Tell them Cris Delamall sent you. And that does it for our Bet US Surefire picks. All right, y'all. It's time for everybody's favorite segment, Sweeping the Nation, Maul's Random News. It is now time for Maul's Random News.
All right, everybody. We know what time it is. Everybody's favorite segment of our show the entire week. Chris can't wait for this, man. He loses sleep, man. He be ready. You know what I mean? Topics that normally don't hit the main docket, but you know, they make it to random news, and we love to hear Chris's opinions about random topics we normally don't get to talk about. So, sir, are you ready for this week's random news?
Let's get it.
All right, sir. First up, this became official in December. Eligible men will automatically be registered into military draft pool starting in December, ages 18 to 25. Automatically, you will be registered. What are your thoughts with this, man? Are you glad you didn't make the cut?
Of course. But my sons did.
Sucks for them. Well, hopefully it doesn't happen, but you know. We'll see when the midterms. We'll see when the midterms happen. All right, next up, Bethune-Cookman, man. Bethune-Cookman baseball team took down LSU, ranked number 24 baseball team tonight. I think they ended up winning. The score was 10-7, man. What are your thoughts, man? With this HBCU baseball team beating predominant high-ranked college baseball team.
Shout out to Bethune-Cook, man. Putting on for HBCUs, man. And it's not basketball or football, it's baseball, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Them brothers out there hitting.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Bethune-Cookman, man. We don't really get to see stuff like this, especially a lot of brothers on that team, man. So shout out to them, man, being one of the better, predominant, baseball teams in college, man. So shout out to them. Next up in some sad news, a former FedEx driver pleaded guilty to killing a 7-year-old girl after delivering a Christmas gift to her Texas home. He told authorities he accidentally struck her with his van and then strangled her in a fit of panic. The man faces either the death penalty or life in prison in the 2022 killing of Athena Strand, whose body was found 2 days after she was reported missing in the rural town of Paradise. What are your thoughts with this, and what do you think his sentence should be?
He should be locked up forever.
Yeah.
This is terrible, man. Jeez. What's going on out there, man? Yeah.
Sickos, prayers. Yeah, prayers out to that family. When I saw this, man, it was definitely sad, man. We got some sickos in this world, and man, it's crazy. It's crazy. In other sad news, it's pretty sad. Disney is reportedly eliminating up to 1,000 jobs under the new CEO, Josh D'Amaro. Obviously we've been seeing a lot of jobs getting eliminated during this time of year, especially a lot in media. What are your thoughts with this, man? What do you think does this mean for Disney going forward?
What happened again?
They're eliminating 1,000 jobs.
I don't know, man. Hopefully, prayers out to those that lost their jobs. It's never good to see some people lose their jobs,
Yeah.
I guess they're doing cutbacks, just like any corporation, or they always do these little cutbacks, man, because they got to put money somewhere else or keep more money in their pockets. You know how they do. So prayers to those that lost their jobs, man.
Yeah,
hope you bounce back.
Yeah, for real. Prayers to everybody, but we all know Disney they gonna bump up them goddamn fees on their ass, but it's definitely gonna get that $5 raise, but
yeah, for sure.
All right, next up, man, some more juicy news that has hit our dockets, man. I can't wait to get to this one. Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel. Some pictures came out of them, canoodling a little bit.
Yeah, killing them, man. Damn, man. Damn, Diana.
Canoodling a little bit. I think they even made a statement. Let me see if I can find a statement real quick. Let me see. Let me see. I think I had it. All right, here we go. Oh no, it's not it. Let me see. All right, here we go. And one quote, he said, "These photos," I think this is from Weber. He says, "These photos show a complete innocent interaction, and suggestions otherwise is laughable." And then
Rossini said the photos don't represent the group of 6 people who are hanging out during the day, like most journalists and NFL reporters interact with sources away from stadiums and other venues. There's also other things that have popped up on the internet with her making certain statements about her husband, being average, and her winning the mayor and Jimmy Garoppolo and other stuff like that. So my question to you is, what's your thoughts with this, man? What do you think? What do you think this does for Diana Rossini and her reputation? Mike Vrabel, they are both said to be married currently. Obviously, you don't know everything going on with their relationship, but currently that we know that they're supposed to be married. But what's your overall thoughts with this? Do you think this affects Diana Rossini's career, Mike Vrabel's? What's your thoughts?
Vrabel's gonna be fine. I'm sorry to say this. Prayers to his family, and at the end of the day, do the pictures look crazy? But we don't know all the details of what they had going on. So this is still kind of alleged. We're going off pictures.
Allegedly, it's all allegedly.
We're going off pictures. But at the end of the day, if it is true, I don't think anything happens. I think he may put out a statement or whatever, but I don't think nothing happens. I think he moves on. He still coaches the New England Patriots, and I think he'll be fine. As far as Diana Rossini, she might be off air for a little bit, especially the way the internet is killing her right now, pulling up old stuff. So, she might have to sit down for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just how they kind of phased Joy Taylor out when the lawsuit came out, and they kind of like sat her down. I don't think Diana Rossini is going to get fired. By no means do I think she gets fired, but I do think they phase her out a little bit and then maybe bring her back up beginning of the season or whatever. I know she's an insider per se, so she reports news and all that stuff, but I think they're going to sit her down for a little bit.
Yeah, I even saw reports of that. There have been other suggestions of her having other relations with people. I think there was a situation with the Washington football team when McVay was there or something like that, where I saw reports of that with one of the wives of said person that was on that team called her out. Now, I think there was a situation where I think the lady ended up apologizing or whatever the case may be. Look, everything's alleged. We don't know everything for sure. But I'm gonna say this, man. I asked a ton of girls, if you call your husband with those photos, do you think he was doing something? And 100% of them said yes. So look, we just go by women's intuition. Now everything's alleged, you know what I mean? But I agree with you. I think with Vrabel, it's gonna be a black eye. Sorry, like you don't want to start your season off with bad juju. We see that with teams, and it just never goes well. Look at your Chiefs, man. They had everybody, and their mama get arrested, and we saw kind of like, and I hate to use that, but it's the reality, and it just doesn't bring good energy into the locker room. And when you start off with bad energy, you kind of already know how the season goes. And with your head coach being in such of a limelight, as far as like the magnitude of Diana Rossini being one of the top insiders of the NFL with you. We've been hearing all these stories about AJ Brown going to the Patriots. They've been the team linked to them the most, and people are kind of putting that together, like, how is she getting those stories or whatever the case may be. The reality is that if it's true, it's not going to be a good look for either one of them. Now, who is it going to affect more? It's probably going to affect Diana Rossini more. It's going to affect her credibility, unfortunately, especially in the public eye. People aren't going to really take her serious anymore. You already have that stigma of how people may feel that, and it very unfairly with women getting particular jobs and, sleeping with men and all that stuff. And we know a lot of these women don't do that. A lot of these women really do this honorably and get their job the way any of us would, you know what I mean? But it puts that back stigma on female reporting. You know what I mean? It really doesn't help those talks out, especially in the climate that we're in today, with some of the ignorant voices that we have on airwaves as it is today. So, I saw Dave Portnoy kind of trying to, blow out the noise a little bit with certain photos and stuff like that. I know me and you kind of talked off air. We ain't gonna put it on air how we feel about that. I don't really think it helps the situation. I don't think it hurts it either. But at the end of the day, man, prayers out to both of these families. Prayers out to Diana Rossini's husband, man, because this man, I don't know, man.
Let me play this.
Diana, we want to give you one more chance to address this. It happened earlier in our program today. For those of you who weren't watching, Diana Rossini said this.
And I think we all do weird things when we're in love, and we overshare and overpost. And look, he's married. He's getting married to a beautiful actress. I'm married to someone average. I don't post a lot about him. If I was married to someone beautiful, I'd overpost too.
Now, this doesn't seem nice. We have put together photos of Diana's husband here for everyone to see so you can make some amends on national television.
We're average together. And you know what the worst part is? He sent me a text during that segment, not watching because he actually works for a living. And he said, "Good luck today. Be great on Get Up." So the guy's got a heart of gold, and here I am on national TV killing him. Look, we're average together, but he makes me above average because he married me. So I am so sorry. I need to really stop killing my husband on television. I'm going to be divorced by Christmas.
I think for all of us, it was the best moment on the show today. And I wanted to make sure that at least we got that so we could the last thing in the world we want to do is pry couples apart on this program. We're all about bringing people together.
Yeah, there's more out there, people. If you want to just put that,
it's a lot more. It's a lot more. Like people got tapes on tape. Like, bro, if your wife said that on national TV about you, what would you do? What would you honestly do?
We have a long conversation when I get home.
A very long conversation, and like, bro, like she would have to go on like, bro, like just the disrespect. Like, if once you start going on the internet, you start seeing all these videos, the amount of disrespect this man has. Now, look, I don't know what he's doing on his end. He could be doing that could have caused maybe a drift between him and her to the point where it's just like, I saw a little thing where she made a comment under a post saying that, like, her husband don't even text her. So that's like, obviously they had multiple issues with their relationship and their marriage. And she kept putting that on Front Street, which is unfair to him. But it just doesn't make her look good in this. You know what I mean? Again, we don't know the other end to the story. There's always two sides to the story. And maybe he did some infidelity that kind of caused a rift in that, where to the point where she just don't care anymore. And then, she gonna say some wild stuff, and then the whole situation with Mike Vrabel and all that. I don't know. But right now, currently in this moment in time, she does not look good at all. And if he didn't do anything, brother, I'm gonna look at you and be like, "Why did you stay? Why did you stay?" Like, I get it. Maybe you're trying to fight for the family. You got kids and all that stuff like that. I understand, but it gets to a point where you're a man. You gotta. And if your wife don't respect you, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Like, it's bad. It's bad, man. I don't know, man. It's crazy. I'm sure we're gonna get more off of this story, but it's not a good look for either one of them. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that, but we'll keep it going. Next, my phone stopped messing up. Jordan Schultz, man, he made a post earlier today saying the expectation among many NFL teams is that the 2026 draft will be one of the more trade-heavy drafts in recent memory, according to multiple league sources. Specifically on the defensive side of the ball, edge, cornerback, and linebacker are all strong/deep, while wide receiver is typically considered to be the most talented offensive position. Several executives I've spoken to with belief we're likely to see a flurry of activity in the first half of round one. Additionally, because this specifically draft lacks depth in later rounds, and many teams plan to pursue extra day 2 and early day 3 picks for league sources. Man, what are your thoughts with this report, and what do you expect to see?
I'm not surprised by that report. I think that people are going to, especially the top probably 15 to 20 picks, people are going to be making moves trying to get players that they really want. You know what I'm saying? There were reports that the Chiefs might move up to go get their pass rusher that they want. So I can see somebody maybe moving up, get one of them offensive linemen. Maybe somebody want to go up and get Carnell Tate, or get Arvell Reese or Sonny Styles, or even Caleb Downs, one of those guys. So I think anything is in play. You know what I'm saying? And like they said in the report, defensive line, defensive end, very deep in this draft. Linebackers, very deep in this draft. Cornerbacks, deep in this draft. Safety, deep in this draft. Wide receiver, it's the top 3, and then it's like the middle part, and then there's a major drop off.
For sure.
A lot of projects and stuff like that. So I understand. I understand why that report is being put out there.
Yeah, we'll see. I know this draft has been getting a lot of hate, but again, we don't know what these players are going to amount to be once in the next 3-4 years. Like they could have a lot of Hall of Famers in this draft. You know what I mean? So I know everybody's kind of trying to prepare themselves for the mega 2027 draft, which there's going to be a ton of talent, but we don't know how those players are going to fare either. We expect a lot of them will be very successful, but we'll just see. Do I think there's going to be a lot?
And we don't know how they're going to fare in the college season. We said that last year about this class.
with this class, yeah. So with injuries and all that, and hopefully everybody stays healthy. We don't want to see anybody get hurt or anything like that. We want all these kids to be very successful because a lot of them are very, very talented. But we'll just see. Now, do I think there's going to be a lot of trades and stuff like that? I don't know. We'll see. I feel like we hear this every year with situations where there could be a lot of trades and a lot of noise, and then sometimes it never really happens, especially in NFL. I know it's been trending more towards lately where teams are more likely to make trades a little bit more. I feel like I'm getting kind of like an NBA feel with the NFL more, especially with transactions, with free agency, draft, and stuff like that. I feel like teams are trying to go more all in than what we seen 10, 15 years ago. But we shall see. We shall see. I know it's going to be very interesting. Like for me, the draft starts after Fernando Mendoza. Like I like reality. I think it really starts after Fernando Mendoza because we all know what's going to happen. Obviously, you hear the conversations about.
Hey, man, just tell your Raiders don't be taking all damn day, man.
I don't want them to take it either. I want them to be like, all right, the draft is done and the pick is in. The Raiders select Fernando Mendoza and we see him here, and we can move on to pick 2. Nah, trust me. I feel like this every year. Like even with my Raiders, I get it. I feel like it's more the NFL and ESPN that drag it on a little bit because they want to give the opportunity to kind of like get them in the groove and talk. Like we all know what's going to happen, but in reality, I'm super excited for the draft. I cannot personally wait to see my man Fernando Mendoza's name get called. I'm super excited to see what we do with our second pick, third round pick, all that. Do we move back up? I'm excited to see what all the other teams do, our rivals, Kansas City Chiefs, and all that. That way we can have a better feel to see kind of like how these teams round up, and then obviously finish out with the rest of the free agencies that are available. See where Tyreek Hill goes, Stephon Diggs. Are there any surprise trades? Does AJ Brown get traded? Does the Max Crosby trade come back up and all that stuff like that? Dexter Lawrence, his name is out there. Like Brian Thomas, does those talks come back up? I think there could be a lot of moves. I personally don't think Max Crosby's going anywhere, but AJ Brown, I think that one's going to be more likely after June 1st or July 1st, whatever the case may be. I think that'll be more one. But I think Brian Thomas could be an interesting play. Does Alvin Kamara, does he get traded during the draft? Like names like that. I think those would be kind of interesting to see what happens and stuff like that, and then maybe trades up, trades down, stuff like that. So I'm super excited. So where are we about like 2 weeks away? About 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away, something like that. So 2
weeks.
Yeah. And then obviously we'll be doing our draft show that Thursday. So we'll have more details on that in a week or two. So we'll definitely keep y'all tuned in on that. Super excited about that. Next up, man, Texas's Jordan Lee of the women's Texas Longhorns basketball team has entered the transfer portal. The 6-foot sophomore who averaged 13.2 points per game and 2.5 assists will be heading to a new school. What are your thoughts, man, with her leaving Texas after having a successful year?
It's interesting. A few girls have left Texas. We'll see where she goes, man. Maybe she wants to go somewhere else. Maybe she didn't like the culture, and maybe she feel like she needs to go somewhere else, you know what I'm saying, to be the star. Maybe she feels like Madison Booker is going to be the one over there, so maybe she wants to go there somewhere else and be the top dog, go to another school, whatever. So for whatever reason, lessons to her. Hopefully she finds a spot that she go. There's a lot of movement going on in the game, a lot of girls have entered the transfer portal in different teams. Shout out to Tennessee, Lord Jesus.
Hey, Tennessee, hit her up, man. I know you got a lot of money that you got a lot of players that you need, but
this is one point guard that's already been tied. She's supposed to be like the top point guard. She was averaging like 20 points a game. She's already tied to South Carolina. So Don's already working the phones.
man.
So we'll see where Audie Crooks go. I think she's the big one.
What do you think? Where do you think she goes?
No, man. I personally, I would love to see her go to Notre Dame with Hannah. I think Hannah needs help, and if you get somebody like her down low, Hannah, Notre Dame could be a problem.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We'll see what's up. Like, I think Audie she's a very
Mark. They don't need no help at USC, bro.
Nah, USC straight, bro. USC shit, bro. I don't even think Audie Crooks will make the starting lineup, dog. I'm gonna be honest with you, dog.
Juju coming back is the added addition. Jazzy Davidson, Kendall, like they got.
I think they got the number one recruit going to them.
Yeah, they do.
Year, so like, what are we talking about? I think they got somebody else too. Like USC is fine. Like I think with Audie Crooks, is her talent is special. I think she her body type. I think she could be an offensive specimen. Like just the physicality with her. Defensively, she's a liability, bro. She's a super liability.
But I think if she gets with a coach that knows how to work around that,
or just where they have players that can help surround her, especially on that defensive end. Now, what team could that be? I'm not really sure. I really got to look into it, but I'm not mad at the Notre Dame one. I'm not mad at that. I wouldn't be mad maybe at North Carolina. I think that could be another situation with the Lady Tar Heels or something like that. I don't know the situation with Texas. I don't know that situation as far as like who they have it as far as like in their paint. Maybe UCLA. I know they're losing a lot of their starters. Maybe she kind of goes over there or something like that. I'm not really sure the recruits over there, but it'll be interesting, man. Shout out to Jordan Lee though. We'll see what happens. In hip hop news, rapping hip hop. They have went 9 straight months without a top 10 hit on the Billboard Hot 100. The last hip hop record to land in the top 10 was Drake's "What Did I Miss" back in July of 2025. What does this say about the state of hip hop music? Even though I think we've gotten some really good, decent projects, what do you think? Do you think hip hop is kind of fading as being the star attraction to music, or do you think this is just one of those doldrum moments in hip hop?
I was flipping through TikTok, Sesame Street. Yes, Sesame Street. I saw a damn orange rapping.
Yeah.
I saw them have a banana on there rapping with Jeezy ad libs. Hip hop ain't going nowhere though. Hip hop ain't going nowhere though. Now, do I think that the hits? I think it's just a shift in like the type of hip hop that's being predominant right now. I think the kind of the cats are rapping now. You gotta step your bars up. Yes, maybe did the whole Drake not having the whole, dominating the summers anymore. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that has something to do with it because he was dominating the summers, winters, fall, whatever. He was dominating the airwaves. He was on the top of the charts ever since and I hate to keep bringing up the Kendrick battle, but let's just call a spade a spade. Ever since the Kendrick battle, he hasn't really put out no hits. And the last one he put out was "What Did I Miss?" And was that even like, it was cool?
Yeah.
I wouldn't put that in his top 100 hits probably. So it's like, it is what it is. Like right now it's just J. Cole dropped, but J. Cole was never a chart dominant guy. He's a rapper's rapper. Does he have his hits here and there? Yeah, for sure. But that's never what he was ever built around. J. Cole is a backpacker. So there's nobody really out there. Future ain't really making the music that he used to make. Kanye ain't.
He hasn't dropped anything in a minute, so
he hasn't.
Kanye dropped his album, but he don't really get right. Like I think Kanye could still do it. I just don't think he don't get the marketing like he used to, you know what I mean? And I think he burned a lot of bridges. I know he's slowly trying to, garner that back, so.
But I think people are scared. I mean, like,
people are in fear of Kanye because you just don't know with the erratic behavior what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? Now he could, he's been very apologetic, and I know people feel a certain type of way because they feel like he's just trying to sell something. And they don't want to believe it. Obviously, it's gonna take him consistently, a year or two with consistent behavior that people are going to have to feel comfortable for him to be back at the top. I think with hip hop, and I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't know if you were done yet, but I think with hip hop in a sense is like, I think we're okay. Obviously I think we got some big hitters coming up with Drake. There's been rumors about Jay-Z and stuff like that. My thing with hip hop is the future. Who's the future superstars? Who's the future stars of hip hop? That's the problem, because like sooner or later, J. Cole's technically said he's retired. Drake, you know what I mean? Who knows how much longer we get? Kendrick, we see him every 3 to 5 years. ASAP Rocky don't really have that burn no more. Future, I think there's always a possibility with Future. He hasn't really dropped anything in a minute. 21 Savage's last project, you know, it was okay. Nothing crazy. Lil Baby has fallen off hella hard. Like, I guess you kind of had buzz with Russell, but he kind of killed his stock. So that's done. Obviously, you still got the likes of like Schoolboy Q, J Rock, and all them, but they're not like Schoolboy Q might be the closest one that maybe can get like a top 50 hit or something like that. We've seen him have some really good moments and stuff like that, but he's not going to be one that's going to get into the top 10. He don't really have like a big outlet like that. Chance the Rapper, like he had his moment, but you know, it was a really good album, but he didn't hit it like he used to. You know what I mean? It's just who's gonna be the new up and coming artist. You know what I mean? Like when I was growing up, we had the J. Cole's, we had the Kendricks, we had, you know, the Kid Cudis, we had the Kanye West, we had, you know, cats like that who were coming up. We had, you know, we still had Lil Wayne, we had Rick Ross. Like, I don't see that kind of like depth anymore like we used to. Now, maybe that could be a situation because we don't have A&Rs. They're kind of promoting artists a different way. You kind of got to go find it. Like these artists have to kind of low-key promote themselves. Maybe it could be that kind of situation. Like a lot of people don't have the time and the effort and patience to go look for artists and try to build them up like we used to. That's just the reality in this situation, especially in the climate that we live in today. So, and then you got the situation with AI artists and stuff like that could get kind of tricky. Like it's just kind of like we're in a situation where we're kind of setting up to the point where like AI artists might be the new wave because we do not have any younger artists, especially in hip hop, coming up. Like that is real. I can't speak on country music. It seems like they're in a good spot. It seems like Latin music is in a good spot. It seems like pop music is in a good spot, you know, with the combinations of, you know, international K-pop and all that stuff. I kind of lump them all into one and stuff like that. But hip hop is just kind of like in this kind of like, I feel like hip hop is always hip hop. Hip hop will always be cool. Hip hop will always be sensational as far as like the appeal of it and then just the coolness of it and all that stuff. It will always be number one in that aspect, but in the sense is like, where are our next crop of superstars? Like the crop of superstars that you keep trying to funnel in our face are dog shit. Like they're dog shit. Like Playboy Cardi, miss me with that shit. Like Central C, no one wants to hear London rappers like that. No one gives a fuck about them. Now, let's just be honest. Like, we don't like that shit. Like, that's cool over there. There's some of the shit I could bop to, but I'm cool. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good. Like, all the great young artists that are supposed to be the superstars, the Mac Millers, the Young Dolls, all them cats, the Nipsey Hussles that should be our future superstars. Like, obviously, Nipsey's been around, but those should be the guys that should be like, they're all gone. They're all gone. It's sad. Like, you had, like, Pooh Shiesty, he gone. Like, he gone. You know what I mean?
I mean, the only thing you can hope for is somebody like the likes of Baby Keem or
you got Baby Keem. You know what I mean?
What's your name? What's his name? Well, blank. He's with J. Cole. What's his name? He raps hella fast.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. What's his name? I lost track. I know what you mean. I know who you're talking about.
With him, Cordier. You know, those guys. They should be the next ones to take the torch.
Yeah.
You know, that's the guy. Because Lil Baby had an opportunity, but his solo track.
He's trash. He's trash now. He's trash. I think 21 Savage can still do it. Like his last album wasn't bad, but it was just like, nah, it was cool. It just came and kind of went. You know what I mean? Like
even cats like the Baby, you know, all them dudes. It's just,
all the bigger albums have been all artists that are probably like in their mid-30s and up. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Pusha T, and the Clips, and all them. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you have some New York rappers who I think got buzz. You know what I mean? With like the Conways and stuff like that.
Benny the Butcher,
West Side Gunna. Like, I think they have like a fucking fire movement. But
the one that could be a star if they could just let the nigga release his album, the Stove God Cooks.
Stove God Cooks is fire. Nah, he could be fired.
He could be a star because he's talented.
Right. You know what I mean? Like he could be a fucking star. Like I know. What's my man's name? He older. I think he older too. What's his fucking name? Oh man, fuck. I forgot his name, but he was one too. He did some stuff with Jay-Z and stuff like that. I forgot his name. Dark skin motherfucker.
Jay Electronica.
Jay Electronica. You know what I mean? He had kind of like that aura with him. You know, I know some people weren't really fond of his last project and stuff like that. Some people like it, some people either hate
Freddie
it.
Gibbs, he always drops.
Freddie Gibbs is fire, but he's an older guy. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, again, I don't know where the new artists. I think R&B is in a great spot. I think R&B has a lot of young up and coming talent, female and male, that are still good. Like Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez was a superstar. He was a superstar R&B and rapper. He's in jail. He's not coming out for another 6 years. Like, he was a superstar. Like, a lot of our superstars that should be the ones carrying the mantle, taking it away from Kendrick. Well, Kendrick and Drake and J. Cole and all them, they're still gonna be here. But in the sense of just having more depth within, like, as far as like greatness, they're either dead or they're in jail. That is the problem with these crop of artists that we have. It's sad, man. It's sad to see the state of hip hop as far as like what the future is going to be. But I'm going to be very curious to see what happens with that, man. So we'll
JID. That's what I was thinking of. JID.
Oh, Jid. Yeah. No, Jid is fire too. He should be having a project coming out soon too, I think. But yeah, we'll keep it going. Next up, obviously everybody saw Kanye West's performance over at SoFi and all that. Ebro has some comments saying, "Yay, SoFi Stadium show looked better as an art installation than a concert." Quote, "I can't even see you, bro. The installations have gone too far." Ebro says the Globe stage looked amazing in photos, but questioned the actual concert experience. "I showed up for the concert, not the installation." What are your thoughts with this, man? Do you kind of agree with this or do you disagree?
I mean, I didn't see it, so I can't really say yay or nay. But I mean, I'm sure he's right as far as the aesthetics. We all know that Kanye West always has good, aesthetics when it comes to his stage presence and the things that you're going to see on his concert. But as far as the concert goes, I've heard mixed reviews. I heard that everybody on Joe Budden podcast said it was good. So you know what I'm saying. So I think it's in the eye of the beholder. Everything is, it's selective. It's, whoever, if you're a big Kanye fan and you like what he do, you're going to love his state. You're going to like everything he does. If you're in the fence or you're in the middle, you might be like Ebro. Or if you're not a fan, you might say it's trash. I don't know. But like I said, it's selective. So I don't know.
Yeah, on my TV screen, it was visually fire. It was visually amazing. I get it, maybe being at the concert. I still think it's a moment. I think it's a moment. You know what I mean? Like when he had the floating stage for his St. Pablo tour, like he was floating around. It's not like you could really see him then. You know what I mean? Especially if you're on the ground and you kind of like are looking above, like you just see a stage. You know what I mean? But the music, he's there. I think, if anything, he's one of the guys that can get away with it just because of the moments that Kanye West has and just kind of the energy his concerts have. Like if you've never been to a Kanye West concert, I suggest if you have the opportunity to go, I think he puts on one of the better shows. And I get it. Some people have lost the appetite to go see him based on everything he's done. He said some of the very disgusting things about Black culture and Jewish culture and all that stuff like that. I totally get it. I understand. I'm not oblivious to that. But if you are in that moment, if you are in that kind of type where you're just like you're there for the music, you're there for the environment, you're there for just kind of being around people and stuff like that, enjoying music that we will always enjoy, then I say take the opportunity, man. Kanye West concerts are one of one. You know what I mean? They're really one of one. You're going to get a different experience every time. So I disagree with Ebro. I think even if I was there, like just being in that presence of just that like that aesthetic of the Globe and him standing on it as a stage, it's different. It's different, and it's a moment. It's a vibe. It's a move. And we saw within that crowd, people were having a great time. They didn't care if they saw him up close or not. Like it's just you're experiencing something that very few are going to be able to experience. Like I don't think he's going to bring out that stage ever again. You know what I mean? So I think it was just a once in a lifetime thing. You know what I mean? So whoever was there, man, I know plenty of people who showed up and they enjoyed it. So I understand what Ebro's saying, but I disagree. Next up, man, per Variety, Gen Z has become the most active cinema going demographic. What's especially notable is how strongly they value the shared communal aspect of the experience, reinforcing that theaters continue to play an important role as social destination for younger audiences. What are your thoughts with this, man? Do you agree or disagree? Do you think theaters are becoming more attractive with this new generation of moviegoers?
I mean, I guess they are. I guess the young people. I mean, movies have been always like a young thing. As kids, we went to the movies. Go to the movies with your friends. Go to the movie with that girl that you like. You meet up with her and go watch a movie. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all if Gen Z is the ones going to the movies. Somebody's making these movies get high top rated. You know what I'm saying? And most older people, what do they say? Man, I ain't gotta pay for that movie. I'm gonna watch it at home.
Yeah,
I'll wait for it to come on streaming services. You know what I'm saying? So they're very selective on what movies they're going to get their hard-earned money and pay for that high-ass popcorn. So whereas these kids nowadays, they don't care, man. They're going to go see everything from every cartoon, anime, regular movies, whatever. So
nah, yeah, I agree with you. I think at the end of the day, man, I think movie theaters will always be a predominant factor in entertainment. I don't think they're going anywhere. That's why I always thought it was kind of funny, the fear, especially when it was that WB merger thing going on with Netflix and Paramount, that people didn't want them to go to Netflix because they thought they would have killed the theatrical experience. I'm like, Netflix ain't gonna do that. They're gonna do whatever the money is. Now, if there's a movie that they put out in theaters and it just doesn't do well, they can just take it out real quick and put it in their streaming services. Now, if it does well, if it's a Batman movie, where the case, that movie's gonna be in the movie theater for a month and a half, 2 months. Like, it's just it will be no different than what it is now. That's what I'm saying. All right, man. Couple more. Stephen A. Smith, man, he made some comments saying people, including athletes, have been trying to get him fired, but he's untouchable and tells everyone to be careful what they wish for. Quote, there are many folks out there who want me done. They want me fired. They want me taken off the airways of Sirius XM. They want me taken off the airways of ESPN. Good luck with that. Whether it's ESPN or whether it's right here with Sirius XM. Do you know why I'm not worried about these athletes? Because they can't touch me. You got folks out there that want me canceled. I want you to imagine for a second that I'm no longer working for the mouse during my day job. There's no more ESPN. There's no Walt Disney. And all there is Sirius XM and whatever else I want to do in the YouTube stratosphere. Do you understand there would be no barricades? There would be no barriers. Do you understand? That would unleash me even more. Careful what you wish for. What are your thoughts with Stephen A. Smith's comments?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I know y'all don't like Stephen A. Smith, but I get a kick out of the Stephen A. Smith that's not on First Take. That nigga right there, boy, he is uncut and raw.
No,
when he's on his show, especially when he talk about Jason Whitlock.
Yeah,
he talk about Jason Whitlock, you fat piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He keeps it real. Say what you want about Stephen A. But on his shit, like we on First Take, he a little bit more buttoned up. He gotta be network. We on his shit. He's uncut and unraw, man. You may not like him, and I get it. He be saying some shit sometimes. You be like, damn, Stephen A. What you talking about?
He been saying a lot of shit, but man.
Yeah, especially on the political side. It's just like,
it's just,
you wild right now. But when he get to talking about Whitlock, or you talk about somebody else, and one thing you can say about Stephen A, he'll tell you, I'll come on your show. I give you that face to face. He don't run. I give you the face to face interaction. Like he told Matt Barnes today. Like, hey, I give you that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even Matt Barnes, he's like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, you gave me opportunities when I was, playing, and you were AI's guy and all that stuff. But do I believe that he's untouchable? I mean, I don't believe anybody's untouchable. That something can happen to Stephen A. tomorrow where some scandal comes out and he's done. So I would never sit here and say I'm untouchable. But when it comes to those type of guys, like athletes and stuff, I don't think no athlete can get him fired unless he just got some super dirt.
Yeah, if LeBron can't do it, none of y'all can do it. Let's just be honest.
Nobody. He is ironclad when it comes to the mouse. When he's over there at ESPN, he brings too much ratings. Say what you want, and I know a lot of people like to do this thing where they were like, I don't know who watches First Take. Somebody's watching First Take, bro. The world is bigger than where you stand. Somebody's watching First Take, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You may not watch it, but somebody watches it. So
yeah, First Take is the predominant morning show.
Yeah, somebody
the sports morning show. Like with CNN, you'll like when you walk through the airport, you'll see CNN, Fox, Get Up, or First Take. That's really what it be. You know what I mean? So
network. That's it. You know what I'm
saying? That'd be it.
Like I said, you can't sit up and say nobody. They got ratings. They bring ratings to ESPN because either A, they love what they hear on ESPN, or they love to hate. So hate watch Stephen A. Whoever else is on, whatever talking head is up on there. Dan Orlowski, Ryan Clark, Cam Newton, like whoever's on there, they got plenty of people that get as much love as they get hate too.
No, yeah, it's like literally the sports like Good Morning America, you know what I mean? In a sense, you know what I mean? Just with a little bit more fiery sense, you know. But yeah, I agree with you. All right, a couple more. Next up, Satu Sabali is not expected to re-sign with the Mercury after having that great successful season last year, where they ended up losing in the WNBA finals to our Las Vegas Aces. What are your thoughts with Satu not returning to the Mercury, and where could you potentially see her?
Satu, do you like Vegas, baby?
The facts, man. Bring that fine ass here, girl. Know what I mean?
Do you like Vegas? Because I can say, come on down. You and your sister. You know what I'm saying? Because both of y'all that time. No, I think she went to the Temple, didn't she? That's right. Never mind. But you can come.
Nah, yeah.
Come on down, girl. Nah, but for real, where can I see Satu going? I don't know. That's a good one. Maybe one of them new teams.
Maybe the Mystics. The Mystics, I think, will be an interesting ploy. Is it Gumake? Is she coming back? Maybe the Storm. Maybe the Storm. That could be a play. You know, maybe she want to add more depth onto that LA Spark squad. Maybe, you know what I mean? I think that could be a situation. Maybe she signs with the newer teams. Maybe Toronto team. Portland.
I can see her going to Toronto.
I can see her going to the Toronto squad more than anything if it's going to be one of those. I think Atlanta's fine. I think they're cool where they're at. Maybe the Fever. I don't know. Maybe they add some more depth to the Fever. You know what I mean? I think that'll be an interesting thing. I said I would love her in the Aces uniform. I would love it. You know what I mean? I would love to see her rocking that. You know what I mean? But it seems like all my boos get traded, and yet we got to keep fucking Kyle Kuzma here for another.
All right, man. Don't be shooting at her, man.
Come in the beginning of the first quarter, shoot 2 threes, and sit on the bench the whole game.
You know, it's so funny. When I saw that and I looked at the comment section, somebody said what you said. She got pictures of Becky Hammond. I still say KB got pictures of Becky Hammond. Because when I saw that, I was like, really? They gonna keep her? Okay. Yeah. I understand Alyssa. Alyssa got a little upside to her, but
Alyssa, I get it, but what does she do, man? She don't do nothing. She just collects a check and sits on the bench and just like she'll come in for like 4 or 5 minutes, maybe hit a 3, but she don't do nothing that benefits us. She's a defensive liability. She don't do nothing. Like she's just there. She's just like, sorry me. I'll sit there, don't do shit. She don't do nothing. Like, why is she there? She brings nothing to the table. Maybe she might be good in the locker room. She might be one of them locker room girls.
Well, I think she gets the locker room hyped up.
Maybe if that's the case, all right, cool. All right, I'll cut her some slack. But bruh, come on, man. All these goddamn free agents say you want to resign her. I wouldn't be mad if she was like one of the last ones. But dog, she can't come right after fucking Asia Wilson. Like, did they even re-sign Jackie Young yet? Is Jackie Young signed?
No, none of them are signed. None of the top people are signed. Everybody's a free agent.
Like, you traded away Aaliyah. Like, well, you didn't trade, but Aaliyah Nye's gone. Like you haven't done anything with Jackie Young yet. You haven't done anything with Chelsea Gray. Like we know, like they're coming back, but
think-
like, bro, like she's the one. Like she shouldn't. Like, let's be honest. There's a pecking order in this shit. It go Asia Wilson, then we get the Jackie Young signing, then we get the Chelsea Young signing. Then you can hit me with, all right, Kyle Kuzma, we gonna bring her back. Like, you know what I mean? You can't go Asia Wilson and Kyle Kuzma. It don't work like that. Like, come on, man. Come on, dog. What are we doing?
Stop calling that woman Kyle Kuzma.
Come on. All right, man. My bad, but come on, dog. That just don't get me excited, bro. God damn. This girl will never leave my goddamn team. All right, man. We'll end it with this, man. I still fuck with you, but goddamn, like, just do some more. Just do a little something more, man. Just something. All right, man. We'll keep going. All right, last one. DJ Academic says, Ye would smoke Jay-Z in a versus and would even beat Drake. Quote saying Jay is better rapper than Kanye, but he doesn't make better music. Ye is getting Jay out of here 15-5. He also claims only people over 40 think it's close and says Jay-Z never changed music the way Ye did. Act as Drake has hits, but Ye's records are just bigger. Sounds like stronger, and all of the lights are bigger than hip-hop. What are your thoughts with this, man? Do you agree with Act? Disagree? What you think?
Look, I think Kanye can give Jay-Z a run for his money. I'm not gonna sit there and say, "Oh, Jay-Z's gonna blow him out." You know what I'm saying? I'm never on that. But to say Jay-Z didn't change certain things in hip hop, that's a misnomer right there. We're not gonna do that.
We're not gonna do
that part. Like, relax, man. I get it, but nah. But I think that matchup will be closer than what people give credit for.
I think Kanye would win. I personally think Kanye would beat Jay-Z. I think it'll be close. I'm not gonna sit here and say it would be smoked 15-5, but I do think Kanye makes better global hitting music in a sense consistently compared to Jay-Z. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, you got Late Registration, classic. You got Graduation, classic. You got what else is a classic? 808s and Heartbreaks. People would probably say that's probably classic. It grew on a lot of people. That was a classic. Some people will have Life of Pablo as me personally. I have Life of Pablo as a classic. Some people don't, but some people have that. Some people have Donda as a classic. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is a classic. Like, you can literally say this man might have 5-6 classic albums. You know what I mean? As far as like with Drake, I don't know, man. I think Drake, he has a lot of great songs too. I don't know. I think both of them would be close. I still think I think Ye wins both, but I'm not gonna say Act with. I'm not gonna say he smokes. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. Like, you still got Big Pimpin', you still got Song Cry, you still got Girls, you got Reasonable Doubt, you got PSA, you got stuff he has with Beyonce, Bonnie and Clyde, you got that, you got the shit with Maya, you got some R. Kelly joints on there, you know what I mean? You got what else we got? You got the Rush Hour song, you got
just the state property, like
state property shit.
All his shit.
State property shit. Yeah.
All that shit. Like, he got shit. He got
Drake. Drake. No, that's what I'm saying. Drake got a lot of shit. He got shit with Future. He got shit with The Weeknd. He got a whole bunch of stuff. And I get it. Kanye got stuff with Common. He got stuff with Mos Def. He got stuff with Jay. He got stuff with Beyonce. He got stuff with Frank Ocean. He got, you know what I mean? He got a lot. You know what I mean? I think obviously we will never see anything like that. We will never see a Kanye Jay-Z. We will never see Kanye Drake. But it'll be, if that ever would have happened, that might be the biggest moment in rap music history. Honestly, if you ever got like a versus with Kanye and Jay-Z, because that shit would be so epic. They would have to put that in a fucking like football stadium.
That bill would be way too much.
Way too much. That would be at least That'll be the first. That'll be the first time and last time. That'll be the end of versus. You're probably looking at least a $250 million bill.
Yeah, that shit is
at least 250. At least 250.
Timberland and Swiss Beats. Yeah, this is gonna be the last versus.
Yeah, no, we're cool. But I think they will make a whole bunch of money off that shit though.
No, of course.
Because you would put that in a stadium, you would sell tickets for that shit. The rollout for that would be fucking top tier. You would assume new music will be coming off of that shit from both parties. You would assume that you're gonna get major superstars being available for that moment. Like I get it right now. Kanye may seem untouchable as far as marketing, but you know, if Jay-Z gives a green light, you're gonna get marketing for that shit too. So you're gonna get top tier marketing dollars. Like that would be like honestly, you know what would be perfect? You know, it would be the dopest shit ever if it would ever happen. If they did it for the Super Bowl. If they did it for, if the Super Bowl would allow that amount, not saying you need an hour, but that would be a long time. But if it was associated with the Super Bowl in a sense, like if they can give like 30 minutes, and I get it, that's a long break for these football teams, and I know it will never happen.
Gotta be standing, bro.
But that might be the only way. I get it.
I don't want to be concentrating on, especially my Jesus in the Super Bowl. I ain't trying to concentrate.
I understand. And most likely a Kanye Jay-Z versus needs its own moment. I think the Super Bowl it'll be just too much with everything going on. Yeah. But if you did it like Super Bowl weekend, you know what I mean? Like you did it like the Saturday before, you know what I mean? And then maybe, you know what I mean, some situations like that, and then I think it'll be fire. You know what I mean? Even if they did that and then maybe did like a mini one for like the Super Bowl or some shit. You know what I mean?
They definitely charge them motherfuckers $80 on pay-per-view for that shit. I'm telling
100%. But yeah, that's it. That's it for random news this week, man. So
for sure. All right, man. WrestleMania 42 revealed their card the other day on ESPN Get Up. Shout out to Joe Tesoro. He introduced night 1 and night 2 cards. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. All right, man. You got on the left, you got night 1, and on the right, you got night 2. So on night 1, we'll start from the bottom. You got the LA Knight versus LA Knight and the Usos versus the Vision and I Show Speed. If you don't know the storyline, I Show Speed. If you don't know who I Show Speed is, if you don't really watch wrestling, I Show Speed is a streamer. He's a top popular streamer, goes around the world, does all kinds of stuff, crazy stuff. Hell of an athlete. He just does all kinds of crazy stuff and has his own little stream at his home too. Just does wild shit, you know what I'm saying? Full of energy. Dude is full of energy. But he's currently in a storyline in WWE. First, he was, you know, the Danhausen, who's a character on WWE, cursed him. So his life has been in shambles since he's been cursed by Danhausen. And he was at taping. He was in the crowd supporting his boy Logan Paul, because we all know him and Logan Paul, really cool. He got pulled into the match. Trying to hand some brass knuckles to Logan Paul. He picked up the I Show Speed, picked up the brass knuckles, and LA Knight tried to tap him on the shoulder, and he turned around and accidentally hit LA Knight with the brass knuckles. It was a domino effect, costing the Usos their tag team champions titles. To the Vision, Logan Paul kind of was like champion and celebrating with I Show Speed, acting like he didn't want no parts of it. Fast forward, LA Knight shows up to I Show Speed's house in one of his streams. Pretty much says, you got to come on the show and, you know, make good, but, you know, I forgive you and all that stuff, but, you know, you still got to get your receipt. He threw him into the little camera that he always jumps into that camera. That's part of I Show Speed's thing. But he threw him into the camera and, you know, he was walking around with a cast or whatever. But fast forward to Monday. Once again, I Show Speed accidentally bumps into LA Knight, which cost him the match. And so LA Knight said, you know, me and the Usos versus you and I Show, you know, the Vision versus I Show Speed. So that's going to be a match for that night. That's probably going to be, I wouldn't say it opens, but it's definitely going to be, you know, in the middle somewhere. And then you got the unsanctioned match, Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. That match is probably going to be one of the better matches because this is going to be pretty much a street fight. Like, dudes, they're going to be in the crowd. They're going to be everywhere. Tables is getting broken. Chairs is getting smashed. Stuff is getting, it's going to be a destruction of two powerhouses in the WWE. So I'm looking forward to this match. Then you got the tag team champion fatal four way. You got the Bella twins. You got Bailey and Laura Valkyria. You got Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, and you got the irresistible forces, Lash Legend and Nia Jax. This match, it's been a cool little build up. You know what I'm saying? All these teams, they've been trying to vie for the tag team titles, but should be a solid match. But, not one of my top matches that I'm looking forward to. But shout out to Lash Legend. I do like seeing Lash Legend get her shine on. And then you got Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. This is another match where and this is for the IC belt, women's IC belt. I'm not really like head over heels for this match, you know what I'm saying? But, I get it, you know what I'm saying? They trying to put, the two top tier women in wrestling over. AJ Lee just came back, so a lot of people love AJ Lee. She beat Becky Lynch for the belt, and Becky Lynch want that leg back. So I honestly don't know who's going to win this match, but should be a good match. And then Seth Rollins and Gunther. Seth just returned back from his injury. Gunther, he didn't really have a match. Well, he had one in the works with Rey Mysterio, but Rey Mysterio decided to pivot and go a different direction. So they had to find something for Gunther. So they was just like, Bobby, just attack Seth Rollins, and we'll make a match up with that. So these two are going to be facing each other. And to be quite honest with you, this could be match of the night. Real talk. So because both of these dudes are great workers, and they're two of the top wrestlers in the business right now. So this is definitely going to be a great matchup. And then you got Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Van Kira for the women's world championship. This should be a solid match. I like Stephanie Van Kira. I love Liv Morgan. Once again, I don't know who's going to win this match. Stephanie Van Kira, she bumped into or attacked Liv Morgan from behind, and she ended up bumping into Roxanne, and I thought that she was definitely going to be a concussion protocol because the way those two girls smacked heads together, it was nasty. Liv Morgan got a big ass bruise on the top of her forehead right now. So, but it looks like the match is still going on. Should be a pretty solid match, but we'll see. And then, of course, we got the main event, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton with Pat McAfee in his corner. Everybody's pissed off that Pat McAfee is involved in this. We'll see how this goes. They got two more. You got Friday. We'll see how they go with this storyline on Friday. And then the following Friday in Vegas, we'll see how it goes going into WrestleMania. So, but, should be a good match. Randy and Cody, they have great chemistry together. So it should be a solid match. But the storyline, we'll see where it goes. Then we switch over to night 2. And we got the 6-man tag match or 6-man battle royal ladder match, should I say, for the IC belt. Penta is the IC champion. You got JD Modano, he's part of the Judgment Day. You got Javon Evans. You got Rey Mysterio, who just announced he's going to be in the match. Rusev and Dragon Lee. This is going to be a high flying match outside of Rusev, who's not really a high flyer, but he's super athletic. But this is going to be a bunch of flips off the ropes and kicks and all kinds of all that high flying shit. If you into that, this is the match for you. This could be match of the night. It could be a show stealer. We're gonna see, but it's definitely gonna be a great match. Then you got Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. Look, everybody's kind of pissed off that Carmelo Hayes is not a part of this match, and he's getting his WrestleMania moment taken away from Sami Zayn. But nevertheless, everybody loves Trick Williams. Everybody's going to be screaming loud. I know I am when he comes out with his entrance because I'm going to be there night 2. Maul's going to be there too. So he's going to get to experience that Trick Williams energy. But we'll see how this match goes. It should be a good match. Sami Zayn's a good worker. Trick's pretty good worker too. So we'll see. And then we got Maul's favorite, Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. He's
Boo.
gonna be standing attention when she comes into the ring.
All attention, not these, boy. My eyes ain't leaving her, boy. I'm staring at her the whole match, though. Don't talk to me.
It's definitely going to be, it's going to be an interesting match. A lot of people have their thoughts on Jade Cargill and how she wrestles. She's not the, greatest wrestler, but she's not there to be the greatest wrestler. She's there to be a superstar. Rhea Ripley is probably the top women's superstar outside of maybe Bianca Belair and Io Sky. These two, Rhea, everybody loves Rhea, and we'll see how this matchup goes. And then you got Finn Balor versus Rey Mysterio is Demon Finn Balor. This is his alter ego. I wish they did announce him as Demon Finn Balor. I wish they would have had a little bit of like mystery to it. You know what I'm saying? Just let him come out as the Demon on the night of WrestleMania. But the WWE can't help their damn selves. They think that that's what they got to do to market shit. So whatever. But it should be a solid match. Dirty Dom Mysterio is still one of the biggest heels in wrestling. He's grown so much as far as being a superstar in this business, man. And he's one of the bright young stars in this business. And Finn Balor, he's one of the greatest wrestlers, in this business. I think they're finally going to let him get back to being one of the top baby faces in the business and get back to possibly maybe next year being in championship contention. And then one of the big matches that everybody's waiting for is Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. And I ain't gonna lie to you, Mo. I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
Because if Brock Lesnar doesn't F5 this nigga Obafemi through a table or something on Monday, I'm scared, man. I'm scared for Obafemi. I really am. And we all know how Triple H is with the brothers. And Brock Lesnar is known for squashing the brothers. I'm just saying. They better not do it. But, I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie. I'm scared. And then, of course, you got the main event. Roman Reigns, OTC versus CM Punk. The big main event. We all knew this was going to be the main event once they announced it. They've been pushing it. The storylines have been pretty good, back and forth. The last few weeks, they've been beating the hell out of each other. CM Punk has gotten the better of Roman Reigns this last week, or the week before last. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting match. We'll see what happens on Monday. I'm sure Roman Reigns will be there on Monday to, give his final dissertation or how he feels about the match, CM Punk and all this other stuff. So definitely been some good stuff coming from that. So though this is the full card, we'll see if they add any more matches, you know what I'm saying? But right now, this is the full card for night 1 and night 2.
So.
Yes, sir. Do you have any thoughts, sir?
Nah, man. Again, man. I've never been to a wrestling event. I always wanted to go when I was younger, but I never really had the opportunity, man. So I was going to try to go last year's WrestleMania. I didn't get a chance to go. So when they re-announced Vegas being back, man, I was like, I got to go, man. And obviously, I kind of waited to see what night 1, night 2 would look like. You kind of been keeping me in the loop a little bit about what's been going on. But I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited to see Obafemi, you know what I mean? I know he's been kind of like the big superstar, young superstar that everybody's been I've been seeing him all over my TikTok and Twitter feeds about wrestling when I've been kind of like looking stuff up as I've been gearing up to get ready to watch WrestleMania live and in person. Obviously Trick Williams, he was on First Take, I think like a couple days ago or something like that,
so last week. He was on there last week.
So obviously he's getting a lot of plug. Obviously I got to see my boo. Got to see my boo, Jay. You know what I mean? I'm excited to see Rhea, too. I know Rhea's really good, so I'm excited to see that as well. I'm excited to see my first ever ladder match with a whole bunch of, Rey Mysterio. He's a legend, and all these Penta. I think Penta's in that one, right? No, not Penta.
Penta. He's the IC champion.
Yeah, Penta's in that. So I'm excited to see all that high flying acrobats. You know what I mean?
That dude right there.
Yeah, I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited to see all the matches, man. I think as far as like with me, I think the consensus is that night 2 is probably the better night. I would have loved to see Fatu. You know what I mean? I know you
I
kind of
would
brought me
too.
in. You know what I mean? That would have been kind of
That's my
dope and
guy
all
right
that.
there.
And then honestly, I seen a couple clips with Vakir and what's her name, Liv Morgan and stuff. Like, it seemed like the bitches hate each other. Like it seemed like their little moments they really be at it and shit. I remember seeing a clip where I think it was like backstage and them girls was like going at it like some real shit. So I'm like, I don't know if this is like a real thing. So I would have been kind of. I've been kind of curious to see that though, but
so dog, like I said on Monday, Liv is talking to Roxanne and she's like trying to get like, hey, look, I know Finn brought you into the Judgment Day, but Finn Balor ain't part of us no more. You down? Like she was trying to check her temperature, like you down with us or not? Right when she was trying to get it out, all of a sudden Stephanie Fakir just came out of nowhere, bah! And both of Roxanne and Liv's head just said, pop.
Oh shit! Yeah, I ain't see that one. I ain't see
Look
that.
it
I gotta
up,
watch
man.
that.
They
I gotta
slowed
look
it
it up.
down too. In her head, she got that big ass. She had a big ass knot on her head.
Big
Kind of
knot,
went down, but
yeah, I saw that. I think those chicks literally don't like each other. At least from what I've seen, I don't know.
I just think they playing a good role, bro.
They're probably playing it good, but it seemed like they really hate each other. They're doing it very, very well. So I think that would have been one I would have been very intrigued to watch because I think the way they've been going at it in some of these just like scenes and stuff like that, skits, whatever. I just think they've been going super ham. So I can't only imagine what that match is
They'll
going to
probably
look
have
like.
the better of the championship match.
Nah, yeah, I agree. So, but yeah, man, I'm super excited to see it all, man. I feel like a little kid, man, getting like, you know what I mean, a little bit, man, just getting excited for it, man, as it gets closer, man. I've never been to a wrestling event. I know the atmosphere is crazy, and then for my first wrestling event to be a WrestleMania, man, it can't get much better than that. So I'm super excited to see and have the opportunity to watch wrestling for the first time in person.
Yeah, for sure.
Experience, you know, my brother, you know, obviously won't be sitting in the same seats, but you know, definitely be cool to, you know, see what's up, you know what I mean? Experience it with, you know, do that shit, you know, get a little pregame in a little bit.
That Ben.
Yeah, it's Ben. You know, shout out to Ben. Hope you like that cheesecake, boy. Hope you like that cheesecake, my boy.
For sure. All right, man. You got anything else?
Nah, man. I think we had a good solid episode, man, for a Wednesday night, man. So I'm ready to cook this carbonara and eat. My brother hungry.
Also, you know, if you want to get my full breakdown, I'm definitely gonna do next week. We'll do
yeah, didn't you do like a podcast where you did like a kind of a breakdown?
Well,
like
I started my episode. Well, my first episode started today on it's called the Style Breakdown with Cris Style. It's all wrestling content.
Promote it, man. Let us know. Where can we get it?
Yeah, just, you know, follow me at Cris Style 702 on my YouTube channel. But yeah, Style Breakdown with Cris Style. I'm doing all wrestling content. Like I said, today I dropped my first episode talking about the WrestleMania card, just, you know, my thoughts on it and some other thoughts, you know, with the whole Pat McAfee thing, you know what I'm saying? I put a clip out there too, but yeah, subscribe, man. And I think I'm gonna drop another one on Friday where I talk about there's an AEW pay-per-view going on Sunday, AEW Dynasty. So I'm gonna get my predictions on that too. But yeah, next week, even on the show, I'll definitely still do a prediction of all the matches, but also check out the channel too. I'll probably get a little bit more in depth on the show, but you know what I'm saying, because we got other topics on here that we got to get to. So, but yeah, check that out, and yeah, man, support your boy.
No, for sure.
All right, man. If you want to donate to the Cris Style Mall podcast, you could donate to $Chris Mall Podcast. We'll appreciate whatever you want to donate to us. Whatever streaming platform you use, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. Go ahead and subscribe to us. First time watchers on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays 9-ish p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you jump in the live. You can talk about these topics. We want to hear from you. Do you agree with us? Don't agree with us? We want to hear from you. Listening on the playback, put it in the comment section. We will answer you back. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all be on demon time, especially on TikTok, boy. Woo! Y'all be ready to fire off on us. But yeah, man, but don't forget to subscribe. And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Twitch, Kick, whatever you use. You can follow us at Cris Lamar. We'll follow you back. We're just some regular guys who like to talk sports, music, movies, and all kinds of various other things. If you have a question, or if you have a critique or feedback, we have a question or topic, and we like said question or topic, we will bring it up. We will shout you out because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up via DM, emails, or our mentions. All right, good people. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. We will be back on Monday to recap everything that happens over the weekend, sports wise, and entertainment wise too. But until then, have a good weekend. Be safe out there. Don't do nothing we wouldn't do, and we will be back on Monday. Until then, we are out.